Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight at our City Council meeting. We'll go ahead and get started. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Adamson.
Here.
Gray.
Here.
Brown.
Here.
Johnston.
Here.
Moore.
Here.
Ford.
Here.
Black.
Here. Thank you. If you would please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, after which, if you would remain standing for the invocation, which will be offered by Pastor Jacqueline Thomas from the Praise Temple of God Church.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'm always so blessed and so honored to be here. I greet all of you in the name of the Lord, and I bring you blessings and greetings from Praise Temple of God. May we please bow our head. Oh, gracious Heavenly Father, as we come before your throne of mercy, as always, God, we give you all the praise, all the glory, and all the honor. We thank you, Lord, for your mercy. And we thank you, Lord, for your grace. But above all, Father, we thank you for your Son that died on Calvary. So right now, in the name of Jesus, I'm lifting up this meeting to you. I'm asking for wisdom. I'm asking for knowledge over everything that's on the agenda. I lift up to you Heather Heyer and the two falling police troops that got killed over the weekend. God, you are the great comforter, and I ask that you comfort the families. And God, I pray for our president, that you will bring our country back together as one. Stop all the division. God, we can only win hatred with love. God, keep love and kindness in our hearts and bless everyone again on our council, and I lift up our mayor to you as well. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. We'll move on to agenda item number 3 is the consent agenda. The following business items may be approved by one motion and a vote. If any one member of the council so desires, any matter listed can be moved to a separate agenda item. A, minutes. Council may wish to waive the oral reading of the minutes and approve the minutes from the clarification and regular council meeting of July 6 and July 20, 2017. Study session clarification working lunch meeting of July 20, 2017, and the budget study session council liaison working lunch and special city council meeting of August 3, 2017. B, treasurer's report. Council may wish to consider the treasurer's report for July showing cash and investments as of July 31, 2017. Good evening, Joyce.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. Joyce Stroshine, Chief Financial Officer for the city. Tonight I'm presenting the Treasurer's Report for the month of July 2017. Total cash and cash equivalents represent 88% of the city's monies totaling $41,104,281. Total long-term investments represent 12% of the city's monies totaling $5,357,198. Total cash, cash equivalents, and long-term investments total $46,461,480. This amount is up $10,475,319 for the month of July. On page 2 of the report, I indicate key cash receipts that came in for the month. Franchise fee, Intermountain Gas, $68,276. This amount is down 0.61% from the prior year. Franchise fee, Idaho Power, $96,405. This amount is up 4.22% from the prior year. Transit Grant Federal, $128,769. Idaho State Sales Tax Revenue Sharing, $559,377. This amount is up 2.22% from the prior year. Idaho State Highway User Fees, $607,529. This amount is up 0.77% from the prior year. Airport Grant, $1,185,981. And then, of course, we received our major remittance, second major remittance from Bannock County, $10,387,252. The remaining section details the net change in cash and long-term investments for the city. On page 3 of the report, I report on the trust funds. Total cash and cash equivalents are $1,205,892. Total long-term investments, $4,650,095 for a total cash equivalents, and long-term investments of $5,855,988. Total cash receipts for the month are $67,112, and total cash disbursements are $57,173. Net change in long-term investments is a decrease of $34,831 for an overall reported decrease of $24,892 for the month. Page 4 of the report, we list all cash balances for all funds with the net change for the month, and I will point out the general fund was at $12,145,054 for the month of July. Page 5 of the report is discussion analysis for your review. Page 6 of the report is the cash trend balances for the last 5 years. I will indicate that this report continues to reflect a strong cash balance. We had 4 funds that had negative balances, but those were covered by pending grant receivables or a transfer between funds. This is a strong report again. And that concludes mine.
Joyce, how dramatic could the trend be to the city for the franchise fee decrease from Intermountain Gas?
Well, I heard on the news this week that we have a reported that they're requesting decrease in rates, and so at 8%, if what we're receiving in is $68,000 and they take an 8% decrease in rates, I'd have to see. I don't know if it's a straight across 8% decrease for us overall, because it depends on how they're factoring their rates. For instance, in our water rates, it depends on the usage, and then as you get to a certain level of usage, your rate goes up. I'm not sure on the Intermountain Gas, but I will check into that for you.
If we have a really rough winter and people use more gas, it could offset it.
That's exactly right. It depends on the usage. Yeah. So if usage overall is down and the rate goes down, of course, we're going to see less money because it's all based on the revenue flow that comes in.
So are you predicting a worse winter than we had last year?
I'm watching for certain critters out there that predict the winter. It's too early yet.
I just thought you had the inside track.
There are fuzzy caterpillars that I'm looking for also, so I'll be able to predict soon.
Sounds good. Any other questions for Joyce? Thank you, Joyce.
Good report. Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you. C, Historic Preservation Commission reappointment. Council may wish to confirm the mayor's reappointment of Paul Sivitz to continue his service as a member of the Historic Preservation Commission. Dr. Sivitz's term will begin August 22, 2017 and will expire August 22, 2020. D, Human Relations Advisory Committee appointment. Council may wish to confirm the mayor's appointment of Tama Bassett to serve as a member of the Human Relations Advisory Committee, replacing Susan Mertzera, whose term expired. Ms. Bassett's term will begin August 18, 2017 and will expire August 18, 2021. E, Sister City Committee reappointment. Council may wish to confirm the mayor's reappointment of Laney Campbell to continue her service as a member of the Japanese Sister City Subcommittee. Ms. Campbell's term will begin September 2, 2017 and will expire September 2, 2021. F, Sister City Committee appointment. Council may wish to confirm the mayor's appointment of Mar Fenwick to serve as a member of the Japanese Sister City Subcommittee, filling a long-term vacancy. Ms. Fenwick's term will begin August 18, 2017 and will expire August 18, 2021. G, grant application, ASPCA, and Subaru Pet Adoption Event. Council may wish to approve submission of a grant sponsored by the ASPCA and Subaru dealership in the amount of $2,500, authorize acceptance of the grant, and authorize the mayor to sign subject to legal department review. Documents related to the grant. This Share the Love Adoption Event will promote adoption of animals from the animal shelter. This is an annual grant request and there is no city match. H, City Council decision, zoning designation amendment for 4259 Hawthorne Road. Council may wish to adopt this decision approving an amendment to the zoning designation as requested by Cal Knuckle, comprising of 8.6 acres parcel located at 4259 Hawthorne Road to be rezoned from residential medium-density, single-family RMS to residential commercial professional RCP.
Mr. Mayor, I move we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilmember Johnston and a second by Councilwoman Adamson. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Johnston.
Yes.
Adamson.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Ford.
Yes.
Thank you. I apologize. I forgot to announce at the beginning of the meeting, agenda item 14D is an ordinance that has been pulled from the agenda. And so if you're here for that agenda item, it's been pulled and it will be considered at a later date. So we'll move to agenda item number 4, communication and proclamations. We have no proclamations. However, we do have a few scout troops out there. So let's go to the back of the room there. Do we have a scout?
My name is Jamin Bates, and we are from the Grand Teton Council, and we're pack 347.
347? Thank you very much for being here. You did a great job, by the way. Are those other scouts over there with you? Or? All right. Well, thank you for being here. We have a couple others up here in front. What have we got?
My name is Corey Anderson from the Grand Teton Council, and we are Troop 334.
334. Fantastic. Thank you for being with us tonight. I don't see any more scout troops out there, so thank you. We'll move on to agenda item number 5 is the calendar review. Council may wish to take this opportunity to inform other council members of upcoming meetings and events that should be called to their attention. On September 7 at 1 p.m. will be a council liaison working lunch. September 7 at 6 p.m. will be a regular council meeting. September 14 at 9 a.m. will be a study session. Other events, August 19, Ice Cream Zufari event, noon to 4 p.m. at the Zoo, Idaho. Mare versus Bear Pie Eating Contest at 3 p.m. It's going to be an exciting one there. I hope the bear doesn't catch the mare. Agenda item 21, city official or offices. What's that?
Could be mincemeat pie.
That's right. It could be mincemeat pie. Agenda item 20 or August 21. City offices will be closed for the Great American Eclipse. Sanitation and recycle pickups will be delayed for 1 day. Yard waste carts will be picked up on their regular schedule. August 28, Welcome Back Orange and Black event for ISU students in Old Town, and that will run from 4 to 7 p.m. August 28, first date to file candidacy begins at 8 a.m. City Council seats 4, 5, 6, and the mayor's seat is up. September 4, city offices will be closed for Labor Day. However, garbage and recycle pickups will continue on schedule. September 8, last date to file for candidacy must be received before 5 p.m. Please be advised, Ross Park Aquatic Complex hours will change to coincide with the start of area schools. The complex's last day of the season will be September 4. School will be starting soon, so remember to please slow down in all school zones. We'll move on to agenda item number 6. Short plat Tuscan View 2 Estates. Tuscan Hills 2 LLC and Rocky Mountain Engineering and Surveying have submitted an application to subdivide approximately 2 acres into 2 residential lots located north of Vista Drive and south of Sienna Drive. Staff recommends approval of request with conditions.
Mr. Mayor, I move to approve the request.
Second.
Boy, we have a motion by Moore and a second by Bray. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Moore.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Adamson.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Johnston.
Yes.
Ford.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 7, bid contract Airport Terminal Center upper roof replacement. Council may wish to consider the recommendation of staff for the following request regarding the Airport Terminal Center upper roof replacement project. A, accept the bid received from Wilson Roofing in the amount of $57,309, and if the bid is accepted, authorize the mayor to sign construction contract documents subject to legal department review between the City of Pocatelllo and Wilson Roofing in the amount of $57,309. This project will be paid with airport reserve funds.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilman Orr.
I move that we accept item number 7 and accept IEA, the bid for roof removal of 50, we accept the bid by Wilson Roofing in the amount of $57,309, and B, authorize the mayor to sign documents pertaining to roof repair upon legal review.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion by Orr and a second by Council President Brown. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Orr,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Adamson,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Johnston,
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 8, piggyback bid cemetery vehicle. Council may wish to consider the recommendations of staff to piggyback on the State of Idaho bid for the purchase of a 2018 Chevrolet flatbed dump truck from Smith Chevrolet in the amount of $36,500. The vehicle will be used in the Parks and Recreation Cemetery Division. Funds for the purchase are available in the Cemetery Division's fiscal year 2017 budget.
Mr. Mayor.
Councilman Bray?
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve this piggyback bid for the cemetery vehicle.
Second.
We have a motion by Bray and a second by Johnston. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Gray,
Yes.
Johnston,
Yes.
Adamson,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Orr.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 9, 4th Annual Splash Dance for Dogs at Ross Park Aquatic Complex, request Animal Service. Council may wish to consider the following request related to the 4th Annual Splash Dance for Dogs fundraiser for the Pocatelllo Animal Shelter. The event will be held in the Ross Park Aquatic Complex, RPAC, on Saturday, September 9, 2017. A, waive the pool rental fee of $350 per hour and entry fee of $1.50, and B, exception to city code in order to allow dogs in the RPAC and Ross Park during the event.
Mr. Mayor.
Councilman Bray?
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve the splash dance request, including items A and B.
Second.
We have a motion by Bray and a second by Orr. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Gray,
Yes.
Orr,
Orr?
I got to get myself together. Yes.
Thought you were going underwater.
Oh, yeah. Dive. Yeah.
Adamson,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Johnston,
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 10, PetSmart Grant Applications, Animal Services. Council may wish to approve submission of the following PetSmart's charities grant, and if awarded, authorize acceptance of the grant and authorize the mayor to sign subject to legal department review documents related to the grants. A, National Animal Control Association Training Code 3 Associates. Staff training for various models which include disasters, horses, and large livestock. B, Society of Animal Welfare Administer Conference. Shelter manager, director, and 1 to 2 staff attend. C, Clinic Improvement Grant, surgical site and surgical suite to allow spay and neuter program and other surgical procedures for animals housed at the shelter. D, adoption grants range from monetary donations to housing adoptable shelter animals at PetSmart store. There is no city match. However, all grants may require some sort of report of shelter statistics and/or effectiveness of the programs related to the grants.
Mr. Mayor, could we ask the animal shelter director a question or two?
Sure.
If we do not get these grants, are these services and opportunities still going to be available to our staff?
Some may not.
The more than likely.
Brett, if you'd go ahead and identify yourself.
Redneck's Animal Services Director. My apologies. Some may and some may not. The ones that probably would most likely not be available, there will be adoption grants that we can work out with PetSmart. Typically, that would be easy. That would be one we would get as a no-brainer. So that one wouldn't be questionable. The Welfare Administrator Conference probably wouldn't happen. That would cost quite a bit. My training budget's only about $900, so that would definitely not be covered. Neither would the training for my officers, my ACOs with the disaster and whatnot. The clinical equipment, we do have other routes. We're seeking other routes for equipment. However, there's no guarantee on any of them.
What's the likelihood of getting these grants?
PetSmart's pretty generous. I see we could probably get a few of them more than likely. Like I said, the adoption events and the chance to put animals in PetSmart is very highly likely. We're the largest shelter in this region, and it'll be the closest PetSmart in this region, so they'll be more than happy to work with us. The majority of the grants, we should be able to probably get something.
Thank you very much.
Any other questions? Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, I move we authorize this action subject to legal department review. All A, B, C, and D.
Second.
We have a motion by Johnston and a second by Adamson. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Johnston.
Yes.
Adamson.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Ford.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 11, declaration and agreement for emergency expenditures, WPC. Council may wish to declare an emergency expenditure for water pollution control, WPC funds, and approve an agreement with Star Corporation, subject to legal department review, for repair replacement services for the primary pump station pipe located at the WPC facility. The purpose of this declaration is it is necessary to do emergency work to safeguard life, health, and property.
Mr. Mayor.
Council President Brown.
Move that we declare this emergency expenditure and approve the agreement subject to legal department review.
Second.
We have a motion by Brown and a second by Moore. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Brown.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Adamson.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Johnston.
Yes.
Ford.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 12, Utah State University Agreement, Portneuf River Visioning Project. Council may wish to consider an agreement with Utah State University's Landscape Architecture and Environmental Planning Program in the amount of $21,482.27, subject to legal department review for the following: A, conduct additional analysis; B, conceptual design and illustration; and C, investigation of how the Portneuf River can define and enrich the identity of the nearby neighborhoods and business districts in Pocatello. Funds for the agreement are available in the Science and Environment Division fiscal year 2017 budget and have been budgeted for in the fiscal year 2018.
Mayor, I move that we approve the agreement subject to legal review.
Second.
We have a motion by Adamson and a second by Bray.
Question.
Connie, question.
Hannah? The animal shelter seems to be able to find some grants. This is a significant number. Are there not any grants available for a project such as this where it's impacting education as well as our city?
Great question. Hannah Sang, our Science and Environment Division Manager. So this is a reduced cost for doing these services. So this is sort of working with a student project with Utah State Universities, and so getting a service at a reduced price. And so that was one avenue of getting additional drawings and concepts for significantly less than we would pay otherwise. We are, as part of the implementation plan coming this year, moving towards actually identifying grants to implement the project. And so that is high on my list, is starting to work with community members and myself going out and finding funding.
Because I am such an advocate, and everyone else is, of Idaho State University, are these services not available in our community?
So Idaho State University does not have a landscape architecture program, and so this was a great opportunity for a number of ISU students to work with landscape architects from Utah State. So we are continuing to partner with Idaho State University, and there's a number of faculty have already met and figured out how the landscape architects can partner with both some of the river ecologists and as well as with folks in the geosciences doing GIS and some 3D visualizations, and so build on each other's research and work. So there's some exciting opportunities for collaboration, and this is such a big project that bringing in as many outside resources as we can is really, I believe, really critical to the success. I mean, wherever I go, I say, we need help. I mean, this is not a $1 million project. This is many multi-million, and it's lots of infrastructure. And so getting as many outside ideas is going to be helpful.
Thank you very much. It makes me feel much better about voting in favor of this.
Any other questions?
Any other questions, Council? Thank you. Okay, Connie, a motion by Councilwoman Adamson and a second by Brown? Bray.
We'll start with B.
One of those Bs.
Yeah, well, that's what I got, B. Could you please call the roll?
Adamson.
Yes.
Bray.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Johnston.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Ford.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 13, fiscal year 2018 Departmental Fee Resolution. Council may wish to adopt a resolution with exhibits A through Z setting fees for fiscal year 2018, October 1, 2017 through September 30, 2018. The exhibits are A, Pocatelllo Regional Airport fee, B, alcohol beverage license fee, C, animal shelter services fee, D, business licensure fee, E, cemetery fees, F, Children's Group Treatment Center fees, G, commercial activities in parks and other public places fees, H, construction trade fees, I, child care license fees, J, development reimbursement fees, K, engineering services fee, L, fire department fees, M, geographic information services fees, N, parks and recreation activities, program rental and administration fees, O, parks and recreation facility user fees, P, planning and development service fees, Q, police department fees, R, public records fees, S, sanitation fees, T, construction site settlement and erosion control fees, U, Pocatelllo Regional Transit System fees, V, utility billing department fees, W, video services fees, X, water department fees, Y, water pollution control department fees, Z, zoo program rental and admission fees.
We couldn't raise any more fees because we ran out of
letters.
I'd like to break them out and vote on them individually.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we adopt the resolution exhibits A through Z.
second.
We have a motion from Johnston and a second from Moore. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Johnston.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Adamson.
Yes.
Bray.
No.
Brown.
Yes.
Ford.
No.
Okay, thank you. Motion passes. Agenda item 14, ordinance. Ordinance 14A, an ordinance authorizing and providing for an issuance of water revenue refunding bonds. Series 2017 in a principal amount not to exceed $5,800,000. Evidencing, thank you, a loan to the city for the purpose of advancing, refunding the city's outstanding water revenue bond series 2008. How do you wish this ordinance to be read? Councilman Bray?
I move that the ordinance agenda item 14, is it B? A, 14A, be read only by title and placed on final passage for publication, and that only the ordinance summary sheet be submitted for publication.
We have a motion by Bray and a second by Brown. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Gray.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Adamson.
Yes.
Johnston.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Ford.
Yes.
Rich, could you please read the ordinance?
Yes, Mayor. An ordinance of the City of Pocatello, Idaho, authorizing and providing for the issuance of water revenue refunding bond series 2017 in a principal amount not to exceed $5,800,000, evidencing a loan to the city for the purposes of refunding the city's outstanding water revenue bond series 2008, describing the bond and providing for the collection and disposition of revenues, providing for the application of bond proceeds and for the payment of the principal of and the interest on the bond, establishing funds and accounts, providing covenants relating to the bond, providing for the delivery of the bond, providing for related matters, and providing an effective date.
I declare that to be the final reading of the ordinance. Shall the ordinance pass?
Adamson.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Johnston.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Ford.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 14B, an ordinance approving the fiscal year 2018 appropriations ordinance. Council, how do you wish to have this ordinance read?
You're good at that, Roger.
Mr. Mayor, I move the ordinance agenda item 14B be read only by title and placed on final passage for publication, and the entire ordinance be submitted for publication.
Second.
Thank you. A motion by Council President Brown, seconded by Johnston. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Brown.
Yes.
Johnston.
Yes.
Adamson.
Yes.
Gray.
No.
Moore.
Yes.
Ford.
No.
Thank you. Motion passes. Agenda item 14C. Oh, whoops, I'm sorry. I'm supposed to use the gavel and everything. I declare that to be the final reading of the ordinance. Shall the ordinance pass?
You want to read it
Rich
first?
hasn't read it yet, sir.
I haven't read it yet.
Oh, my goodness. Rich, would you read the ordinance? Thank
Yes, Mayor.
Get her done.
Yes, sir. Not a problem. An ordinance of the City of Pocatello Municipal Corporation of Idaho appropriating $118,054,843 for the 2018 fiscal year to defray all necessary expenses and liabilities of the city, providing for the objects and purposes for which such appropriations are made, and the amount appropriated for each object or purpose, leveling ad valorem taxes in the amount of $28,576,621 for the fiscal year beginning the first day of October 2017 and ending the 30th day of September 2018 upon all the taxable properties within the City of Pocatello to provide revenue to pay current general liability, insurance, streets, recreation, cemetery, airport, and public library expenses, and to pay interest and principal on general obligations bond of the City of Pocatello, providing that a certified copy of the orders shall be filed with the County Commissioners of Bannock County, Idaho, Power County, Idaho, and the Secretary of State of the State of Idaho, providing for the orders to take effect upon its passage, approval, and publication according to law, the rule requiring that an ordinance be read 3 separate occasions having been dispensed with.
Now I get to use the gavel,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yeah.
I declare that to be the final reading of the ordinance. Shall the ordinance pass?
Adamson.
Yes.
Gray.
No.
Brown.
Yes.
Johnston.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Ford.
No.
Thank you. Motion passes. Then we will move on. We're done, right?
Oh, we got one more.
We got one more, 14C. Oh, my goodness, I'm way
Use that gavel on you.
I know it. Okay, agenda item 14C, an ordinance amending Pocatello Municipal Code Title 13, Chapter 30, Utility Billing Services, as presented to the council at the July 13, 2017 study session, to provide for a waiver of the deposit on the new account in which the account holder is transferring services to a new primary residence and who has made timely payments for 2 consecutive years.
Mr. Mayor.
Councilman Bray.
I move that ordinance agenda item 14C be read only by title and placed on final passage for publication, and that only the ordinance summary sheet be submitted for publication.
Second.
We have a motion by Gray and a second by Moore. Connie, could you please call the roll?
Gray.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Adamson.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Johnston.
Yes.
Ford.
Yes.
Before he reads it?
Yeah, just a second. I just want to make sure that people understand we're trying to deal with this ordinance and a huge deficit in terms of some collections. And we're working to get it right. We know it's put some people in a pinch, but we're all working to try to get it right, to save the city from losing so much money, but not harm so many people as well. And I just think that's an important statement to make.
Okay, thank you for making that.
Well, Mr. Mayor, in addition to that, you got to understand that the decisions that we make are based on information that we receive, the best available we receive from staff. And so we go with that, and things are in flux, and we are working through it. I have to agree with Councilman Bray and the rest of the council as we've struggled with this. Believe it, it's not been easy.
Okay.
Thank you, Mayor.
Yep, thank you. Rich, could you please read the ordinance?
Yes, Mayor. An ordinance of the City of Pocatello, Municipal Corporation of Idaho, amending Chapter 13.30, quote, utility billing services, end quote, of the revised and compiled ordinance of the City of Pocatello, revising Section 13.30.040, establishing accounts for the implementation of a waiver for accounts transferred to a new primary residence within the City of Pocatello, upon which timely payment has been made for 2 consecutive years, providing that all other sections of Chapters 13.30 not herein amended shall remain in full force and effect, provided that this ordinance shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage, approval, and publication according to law. The rule requiring that an ordinance be read on 3 separate occasions having been dispensed with.
Thank you. I declare that to be the final reading of the ordinance. Shall the ordinance pass?
Adamson.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Johnston.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Ford.
Yes.
Thank you. We'll move on to agenda item number 15, discussion items. This time has been set aside to hear discussion items not listed on the agenda. Items which appear somewhere else on the agenda will not be discussed at this time. The council is not allowed to take any official action at this meeting on matters brought forward under this agenda item. Items will either be referred to the appropriate staff or scheduled on a subsequent agenda. You must sign in at the start of the meeting in order to be recognized. As a reminder, there is a total of 3 minutes per person and a total of 15 minutes for this agenda item. We'll go ahead and get started. Idaho Lorax.
Good evening, all. Nice summer we're having. Let me see, I have to share with you because it's 6 days left. 6 days left to a countdown with the grand title of Worst People in the World. But we're going to start with the governor, because the governor and the State Board of Education has the ability and the right and the responsibility to stop the contamination of our children that are going to school in 6 days. To schools that are contaminated with powdered uranium in them, around them, on them. And so that's an issue for the governor. These are criminal acts of criminal child neglect, abuse, endangerment, felony misprision, but also the school board. So the governor has the ability to make the school board arrest them. So does the public of the people of the state of Idaho, or the public of the community, of the same charges and the same crimes. Also, thirdly, is the people themselves, if they choose to send their children to such schools, then they too are guilty of these criminal acts. It's a natural possession of providing the data, providing the information the best possible ways, and making it available to everybody, the public. Spend some considerable time doing that, educating people, educating the real issue regarding airborne cancer inhalants and the availability of them in certain locations and disturbance of them and what happens from that disturbance. So in that regard, Just wanted to inform you, make it clear to people what this is about, why people around the world want to know why people, if they end up doing that, will know in 6 days, will send their children to uranium-contaminated schools. Simple as that. I tried to do my best and help from this. I did try to ask for support from the police, Pocatelllo Police, to go and arrest and speak to the school board, but they are illegally banning me. That's why I asked for the escort from the Pocatelllo Police, but the Pocatelllo Police even seem to be informed that I am banned from there. So that's an ironic issue. And of course, I hope some of this gets resolved. Didn't know I was banned from the police station. Providing services. Obviously, citizen's arrest is not a viable context for public rights anymore, maybe. Maybe that's the issue, but I do know the process, and I do know state law in regards to that, and I was just trying to help.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. And I just might add that we don't fully agree with the past statements, so we'll move on. Dr. Mike Riley.
And a second.
Correct.
Apologize for the delay. My better half asleep.
So am I.
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, Ruth, Connie, and Rich. Over the last 3 months, I have experienced people turning left off of 5th Street onto Benton and interfering with Marshall's ability to cross safely. So I would please ask that we be a little more cognizant of these four-legged caretakers, because that is a dangerous situation. It's something that I have observed. It's a crosswalk. If you cross Benton, you'll run right into the Idaho Central Credit Union. And I've thought a lot about how to safely approach that intersection, and it doesn't occur to me that I have the answers. The other thing that I've observed is the Pocatelllo Police Department has a visible presence around the city, which is good. They're doing a great job, but they can't solve everything. So what I would suggest is, if you see something, say something. If you're riding in a car and someone happens to do that, when it's safe to do so, tap them on the shoulder and say, hey, Dr. Riley said, please don't do that. I'm being a little levity here, but the point is, when I give the command to cross, that's the command that I give. I want Marshall to have tunnel vision and to get across the street as safely and as quickly as possible. And when I've got people turning left behind me or in front of me, that distracts him from focusing on getting across the street safely. And the other point that I will make, on our one-way streets in the city, I've also observed that people will stop on the side closest to me, and then someone will invariably run through the crosswalk in front of me. I have been no further than Rich is to me relative to someone's vehicle, and that's just dangerous. So again, I don't want these things to sound like complaint sessions or whining or whatever, but it's a situation that needs to be looked at. So if you see something, say something. I don't think we should just rely on the police department, because they have a lot to do, but we can work together to raise awareness, and that's what the whole point of this is. I see I'm out of time. I'll follow the rules. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Thank you. That was the two that we had signed up to say something in agenda item 15. So with that, we are adjourned.